I've been using Linux for about 7 years now. Over that time, I tried really many distros, many programs, some desktop environments, and all my devices was running Linux. But since I started making YouTube videos, I installed Windows on my PC, because for video editing, I like to use DaVinci Resolve, and the Linux version isn't that amazing. But today, I'm installing Linux on this PC, and that's why in this video I will show you all programs I use, what customizations do I do to my distro, and what distro do I use. I'm actually putting 7 years of experience in this video, so enough talking, let's get started. I will start with the distro I use. I tried Ubuntu, I tried Debian, I tried Manjaro OS, Zorin OS, I even tried Deepin OS, which looks like this. It looks amazing, but it's Chinese, and it's buggy a little bit. And after testing all of these distros, now I believe you should probably stick with the big distros. So I'm talking about Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, Arch Linux. And stop writing the comment, please. CashOS is amazing, please. You can use it also, please. Just stop writing. After trying more than 20 distros, I chose to use Fedora OS. I have been running it for about 2 years now, and I'm really happy about it. The programs on it are tested well before they get published, not like Arch Linux, and they are also not so old as the software you will find on Debian. And I think that's why I like Fedora OS. You get updates once a year, I think, and I'm really happy about it. I just booted up from the Fedora USB stick, so just select your language here, your keyboard layout. I will go with German, and I will just delete the English one. I don't need it. And next, select the disk you want to use. As you see here, I have 2 disks right now, and I will just select the 1TB one, and select. Here it's telling me the current installed operating system is Windows. You can select this one if you want to dual boot Linux and Windows. I will just select the entire disk. If you have a laptop, or if you think that your SSD could be stolen, it is a good idea to encrypt your disk, because else a bad boy can just steal your SSD, plug it into any other PC, and then he can read all your data, no matter if you have a password on your Linux or Windows PC. This is a desktop, so I don't need this actually. I will just go to next. Now I have an overview here, the operating system, language, and I will just check this box. I know you will delete all my data, and erase data and install. And it's done. So I will exit the live desktop and restart with a new system. And this is the fresh installed Fedora OS. First thing I like to do always is just go to settings and customize some stuff. For refresh rate, make sure to choose the highest one. I'm already recording the screen. I can't change this right now. I will just stick with 60 Hz now. And under power, I just like to set the power saving delay to 15 minutes and the auto suspend to, I don't know, 25. Go with dark mode, please. And for accent color, I also choose a dark one. And I like this background. Under notification, I always disable this. I don't want to see notification on the lock screen. And under keyboard, I like to add some shortcuts. I always like to add this one. For home folder, I just like Super and E, similar to Windows. And I also like to change this. So right now, if I tab Alt and Tab, it switches between apps. But if you have multiple windows open from the same software, you can't switch between them. And that's why I just go back and search for switch windows, and I set it to Alt and Tab. And now when I hit Alt Tab, as you see, it shows me Windows, not applications. Then I go to Privacy and Security, File History and Wastebasket, disable File History, and then to System and About, and make sure to give your system a proper name. Now let's clean some stuff up. So right now, if I show you all my apps, I hate these folders. I will just remove the apps from them. Alright, so these are the pre-installed apps. Most of them are really okay. We have boxes here if you want to create some VMs. The only programs I don't like are the LibreOffice programs, so I always uninstall them directly. To do this, just open up your terminal and type sudo dnf remove LibreOffice. And I will give it a star here, and I think now it will delete everything that has LibreOffice in its name. And that's it. Now let's do some customization in the software store. What I don't like about Fedora is, if I go to repositories here, these are the use repositories. Here we have the Fedora Flatpaks, which I really hate a lot because sometimes you will find software here that are older than the version in the Flathub. But the problem is, some developers just get issues reported about their program, and this is just because Fedora is shipping an older version of the programs. So that's why I always like to remove this from the system. On Fedora 43, you could just deactivate this, but they have grayed this out in the version 44, so we will do this using the terminal. To do this, just type sudo flatpak remote, and you see here, this is the one we want to delete. So just type sudo flatpak remote delete, and I will just try with Fedora here, and I think it worked now. And yes, right now we only have the Flathub, which is amazing. So if I close this and open it one more time, Fedora isn't here anymore, which is amazing. I will also delete this Fedora Flatpaks testing one and the password, and now it's deleted. So we see here, we still have Fedora RPM, it's okay. We have FWUPD, which stands for firmware update, it's also okay. And here we have Fedora one more time, Flathub, and Google Chrome. I don't like Google Chrome, so just deactivate it. Here we have Fedora for NVIDIA drivers. I'm using an NVIDIA GPU, so I will leave it. And Steam. So just close this. And now let's install the programs. I'm just doing this alphabetically. I always install Angry IP Scanner. It's very useful if you want to know what is happening on your home network. I also like FileZilla, which is FTP client. I will just install it using the Flathub version. And Gradia, which lets you annotate your screenshots. I showed it to you in a previous video. It was about 10 amazing Flatpak apps. Make sure to watch it after this video. PDF Arranger, just to arrange PDFs. It's really amazing. Remina is an RDB, VNC, and SSH client. It's really amazing. And Firefox for sure. I know it is pre-installed, but the installed one is the RPM one. For GUI apps, I just like to use the Flathub version, because on Flathub you always get a newer version. So I will remove the normal one, and select Flathub and install. And for photo editing, I really like to use GIMP. I use it to edit thumbnails and to create some memes sometimes. I also like to use Eyedropper, which is a very lightweight color picker. For screen recording, I always use GPU Screen Recorder. It's already installed because I'm recording this video. My favorite email client is for sure Evolution. Don't get me wrong, Thunderbird is also amazing, but I don't like the look of it. It looks very similar to KDE programs, and I just hate KDE. I'm sorry for this. My favorite Office suite on Linux, it's for sure OnlyOffice. It looks really good, and it can represent documents created from Microsoft Office in a really good way. And for system resources, I really like to use Resources. It looks amazing. So here you have some screenshots. I really like it. There is also Mission Center. This one looks very similar to it. I think I like both of them. So I just install the first one I think about. And I will just right click to System Monitor, App Details, and I will just remove it. It looks very ugly. All my programs are installed now, but I'm not so happy with the look of GNOME. And for this, we have extensions on GNOME. This allows you to customize the look and feel of your GNOME shell. So I will just install it and show you which extensions I use. These are the installed ones right now. I will just disable the background logo one, because the logo may be shown here on this side of the screen. The logo of Fedora I will just remove it and go to Browse. And let's install the extensions. I will start with alphabetical upgrade, because right now the upgrade is really mixed out. So you see here contacts, then weather, and I just don't like it this way. So this bad boy just sort your applications alphabetically, and I actually like it this way. Second one is App Indicator and Key Status Notifier Item Support. Weird name. But problem with GNOME is they don't show you icons on the top right panel here. So this bad boy just add the support for this. And now you can see the icon of my screen recorder is showing now. Next one is, they already recommending its name here, it's called Blur My Shell. It gives you a nice looking blur effect, and now I have a small blur effect here, and also when I'm on the overview mode. And for sure, I always install Caffeine, and it looks like this. You can just enable it, and now the screen timeout is deactivated. You can also set it to 15 minutes or 1 hour, let's say, and now you have a timer here. Up next we have removable drive menu, and it lets you just unmount your USB device just by clicking on this bad boy. Because right now you have to open your file explorer and unmount it from here. And one of my favorites, it's called Copios. It is a modern and nice looking clipboard manager. So you see it here, you can open it using any keyboard shortcut. I always set Super and V, like Windows, and then you have your clipboard here. You also have an overview if you copied some image, or if you have a link, it will just show you the thumbnail of that link. If you have any files and if you have codes like this, it's just really amazing. And here it is, I will just show you how to use it. Here it's telling you, if you are using it the first time, you have to install some programs. And here it tells you, the needed applications aren't installed. You can just install these with the commands here. The first one is installed. And for the next one, you can just click on install. And that's it. Now you can configure a shortcut for it. I will just go with Super and V. But right now, Super and V is for notifications, so I will disable it. Go to keyboard, customize shortcuts, and I will just search for notifications. And for this, I will just say delete, because I don't want to use it anyway. And that's it. Now if I copy anything and type Super V, now you see here, these are the stuff in my clipboard manager. I just can't believe it. They are always recommending the one I want to search for. I want to show you RunCat. It is a very nice looking CPU indicator or CPU usage indicator. So right now the cat is sleeping, which means now it's doing something, so the cat is running slowly. You can show the percentage or only the character. I will go with character only right now, because for percentage I use another one. And it's called Vitals. It shows you system resources usage in a really good looking way. So it's installed right now, and I will just go to settings. I will put it to the left, right here. I will keep the seconds between updates to 5 seconds because it's okay, I think. But for icon style, I like to use GNOME. It looks a little bit better, I think. I will close this window and show you what you can configure with this. So for temperature, I wanted to show me the average temperature, let's say, and now it's added here. For voltage, I like to see, I don't know, the average, let's say. And for fan, no data, it's okay. You can enable it in the settings. And for memory, I like to keep usage. For processor, I will just go with usage also. System is just stupid, just disable it because you already have processor here. I will keep network like this. And for storage, I will just keep it like this. And these were the extensions I use. But I'm not finished yet. I want to customize GNOME a little bit more. For this, I will use tweaks. If it is not installed, just install it from the software store. There is no Flathub version for this, but it's okay. What I like to do here is, if you go to Appearance, you see right here, for legacy applications, you cannot set it to Adwaita Dark. Because right now, if you open an older software like Remina, let's say, you see here, it is using the white theme. And to fix this, you have to type the following in your terminal. Just type sudo dnf install and this theme name. And yes, alright, the dark theme is now installed, but it's not visible. So let's close it, open it one more time, and here it is. So just select the GTK3 dark one, and you are good to go. Another problem is, here you see you only have the close button. You don't see the maximize or minimize one. And to fix this, just go to Windows and enable maximize and minimize. Now I can control my desktop a little bit more. And here you have your startup applications. If you want to add any type of software on startup, you can just select it and add. Now I know Linux is about controlling your system and installing updates whenever you want, not like Windows, they just install them no matter what you say. But having older applications on your system is really a very big problem, because this is the main way the hackers get your system. That's why I always set my programs to auto-update. So I set software update to automatically, and it just notifies me when the updates are installed. And one more thing I like to do, If I type like sudo dnf here, as you see, it asks me for a password every time. I don't like this actually. Let's actually disable this for my user. So I will just type sudo vsudo and enter your password here and scroll down. At the end of the file, just paste this bad boy and replace username with the real username you have. So this one tells you Linux system, whenever this username type a command using sudo, don't require a password for him. So now if I close my terminal and open it one more time, let's type sudo anything. As you see, it don't ask for a password anymore. Another thing that I like to edit, the terminal is case sensitive. So if you say cd downloads, as you see, it just tells you, I have no idea what this folder is. You have to be case sensitive. And that's why, with just this command, it activates autocomplete without being case sensitive. So now if I open the terminal one more time and say cd downloads or download and hit tab, as you see, it autocompletes this even though I haven't wrote down using a capital D. It's really useful. And that's it for today. This is how I set up my Linux system. I showed you the programs I use, the GNOME extensions, the distro I use, why I use it, and I hope you liked this video. If you have any suggestions about trying new programs, or new Linux distro, or new desktop environment maybe, just let me know in the comments. I reply to all comments and make content out of these comments. So if you have any topic you want me to cover, just let me know. Now thank you for watching and see you in the next time. This is Libre-Data and we are just getting started.